Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mancillon. I'm called to return and continue to speak about this all this energy. We're right now in the grand portal of the Lion's Gate, and there is this full moon within ourselves that is like making it so strong. So we need to integrate. I feel a great deal of regeneration within myself. It's like it's boiling. Sometimes there is the energy. I feel it's boiling, and Spirit is telling me, "Oh, you're finally awakening." It's like, am I? I hope so. It's like because I'm a lot of things that is going on within. It's not yet completely manifested at the surface of consciousness. So it's important to trust God and to trust your higher self, your guidance. For me, it was difficult because it put me through. I've been through a cycle of such adversity. It's like Job in the Bible. It's like, but so it's about bringing the balance back and making peace with the past, and making peace with the past, and aligning with our guidance about the future. No need to come to come play with our inner child to replay the traumas of the past. No more, and no more of that. So it's important to accept that there is a great deal of change and renewal that is coming. I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to show some art. I'm going to sing a song. I'm going to discuss a few ideas. But for now, I wanted to thank you so very much for your presence. I thank you for subscribing, for liking, sharing, commenting, and for your donations. It really helps me right now. I know we're still being very tested. It's like we're really being tested, but we're more able to flow with the higher consciousness. Sometimes we have to sacrifice certain pleasure, instant gratification to achieve our goal. So it is important to allow ourselves to clear up all kinds of old habits and old even though it's not enjoyable to let go when you're like all the addictions and so on. But right now Saturn and there's going to be Saturn and Neptune that are conjuncting, just Jupiter and Saturn. So it's like it's really amazing on both sides of the sun. It's like this amazing alignment that is really favorable to create, to be assisted, to make those changes that we've been wanting to make. It is important to realize that we have a soul. Our soul has a dark part and a light part. But the soul, our soul, is an eternal being, immortal being. And if we go to the future, you look at the history book, you will see that the most important discovery, scientific discovery of the 21st century is that the discovery of the grand portal, the absolute, unrefutable scientific proof that that death does not exist and that the soul is immortal. That's going to be the great breakthrough in science and consciousness. But our soul is all about love, and there are a lot of people on this planet that have completely lost their soul. They completely their soul. They've been brutal. They've been cruel. They've been inhumane. They abuse women. They abuse children. They abuse animals. They're just so heartless that their soul just don't want to do anything with them, and they completely left them. I've been to those places. Spirit showed me those places. It's like just people after their death. It's just shadows. They're just shadows, and there's so many of them, and they're all waiting to be liberated by God by some miraculous intervention. But for me, I couldn't do anything for them, so my guardian angel told me to move out of there. But so it's like a lot of people that are completely heartless will completely lose their soul. But for us, the ones that are seeking to serve life and to involve ourselves within the ascending spiral of consciousness, we're integrating more and more aspect of our soul and our oversoul, our monad. And the mass population they're still good people. They have compassion. They may be dark. They may be a dark and a light side. Sometimes even the dark side may be dominant on the light side within them. But it doesn't mean that they lost their soul necessarily. So we're going to want to assist them as much as possible to bring them back, because the mass population may still be in 3D for a very long time, but there's still a great deal of compassion and within the human heart. That's what was that's when God decided to save this planet, because it was not the original timeline wasn't really about that so much about the ascension. It was more about the total destruction of the world and Nostradamus and all that. But then we came to incarnate, and millions of higher souls came to incarnate, and so we brought a lot of light, and so we assisted in the process, and now the timeline has shifted towards the ascension. Um, so we did our work, and we're going to be continuing to do that. But so within ourselves, we have a dark part and a light part. We have an ignorant part and a lucid part. We have masculine and feminine. The soul is dual, and and we need to reunite and harmonize all those parts within ourselves. But the dark part, if we need to, there is a fight that is going on between the ego and the soul. But the soul does not use the ego means to the light will not use the means of the dark in order to win the battle. It's not about brutal confrontation or force to submission. We cannot force the darkness to submit. We integrate it with love, unity, patience, kindness. For us, I'm talking about for ourselves, of course, with the world too, forgiveness and all that. And it's really the tools of unity and love and union that the soul will use to integrate all of the inner parts. Because there is really a great deal of we're really passing through this very important portals right now. But it's not easy to be comfortable for me, for instance, with my life. It's not, and sometimes Spirit says, well, you're not enough as you are, but you're all gonna get there. And it's like, so it's very, so I have to be content, to be serene and lucid, and being content with joy, the joy and the freedom on the astral planes, because it's like the material reality does not match that. But eventually, life is a mirror. If we cultivate this feeling of sense of abundance, of joy, of unity, of freedom, strong enough within, there is no choice. It's inevitable that it will eventually manifest, because the earth is a mirror, the universe is a mirror. Everything is just mirroring back the reality we're offering from within. The new world is created, is inspired, is guided by the energies that come from above, but it's not the creation of above. It's inspired, then the light from above resonates within ourselves, and we create it from within. So it's very important to make inner peace, to be serene and lucid, to have this inner peace. Inner peace is more than the absence of war. Because even if there's two parties that wants to fight, if you come to a force to prevent them from fighting, as soon as you remove yourself, they're going to start fighting again. So peace is more than the absence of war. People have to make peace and forgiveness and find this inner balance. So the only thing we can do is to cultivate that for ourselves, and we have to learn to create from peace and calm, not from chaos and agitation. Although sometimes we get excited, and it's okay, but still do things peacefully and with calm, and accepting the joy of the creative energy of the astral spiritual realm. Because there is in the acceptation that the inevitability of the future joy and freedom that is coming. And the more challenges and adversity we're traversing, the more self-confidence we get. It's like we're getting medal for ourselves, in this battle, the battle against the false self, the ego, the illusion, the devil, the darkness. All of that is just the illusionary force that was created for evolutionary purpose. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, I'm going to get also involved in technology in the future. Since the early 90s, I've been working with the Arcturians on many projects. None of that have manifested yet, but with the Arcturians about galactic technologies. My main concern will always been that none of that could be militarized. I do not want to create things that can be militarized. But my master guide at the time told me, don't worry, they have plenty on their plates, and they won't have the consciousness to use those new technologies, the crystal-based technologies, that increase the frequency. When you use them, they bring you more health and higher life. Because right now, the electronic we use is really not really beneficial for the biological body. And that's why I have a tendency to want to go... I prefer disconnected. I don't like all this connected. We're all connected. Connected watch, connected house, connected car. I really don't like that. And first, I don't like the vibe of it. And second, it's like all they're collecting all kinds of data that they're selling to hundreds of companies, and we never know where all that goes. Of course, there is no fear around that, but I'm sorry, I don't really trust all those big companies with what they do. Doesn't mean they're all that bad. I'm just. if I can go back to analog, maybe for certain thing, or to create an environment like a house could have an artificial intelligence that rules all kinds of program within it, as long as it's not connected to a higher to some mega company. Cannot be hacked by any other external force, because it could become a prison. But we'll see. We'll see how those new um, are those new technologies. Some of them are quite exciting. The crystal-based technologies. We'll see how and when they unfold. I know I've been working with the Arcturians. A lot of galactics have put all kinds of high advanced technology in the ethers, but they cannot like force it down. But they placed it in the ethers, and it is for us to go retrieve them and manifest it on the physical plane. Sometimes it takes a collaborative process. You have to wait that the right people come together. Um, it's like Apple, It's like when they created the first computer, they came together. They created Apple. So it's like, but the new technology will be far transcendental up to all of that. So a lot of it is coming. I hope you're enjoying this portal. I'm going to show some art and put out some card. The card of the day is follow your intuition. It's the message in the bottle, and it's really about following the intuition. The wisdom is to stay balanced, to stay the equitable being, to stay transparent, to stay honest. What you need to understand is the unfoldment of reality, is the Divine Mother. The Divine Mother is returning very strong. She's a very powerful force. We've been aligning with the divine will of the Father, but now we need to receive the love and nurturing energy of the Mother as well. Mother Earth, Mother Sophia, Nebadonia. What we need to integrate is the Divine Feminine, the love energy. What we need to do is deep knowledge, to continue to integrate all this knowledge is coming little by little. It's unfolding within our consciousness, and the outcome is going to be the divine masculine, the divine will, the will of God in motion, and this will is very powerful. Once it is there, it's like it's like nothing can stand in the way when you're truly aligned with this will. So I'm going to show some paintings, and so little paintings I signed today, little stories, and I'm going to sing a song going through my mind. This one there is all like stuff. It looks a bit theatrical. It's a really nice rose in the center. It's more like a landscape. And those two, this one is pretty simple, but I really don't want to touch it. I don't want to put anything, I don't want to do anything more on it. And this one looks like a battle. For the quality of the video, I have to compress them to make them low to be able to upload it. So sorry, the quality of the video may not be extremely high. As soon as I get my home and I get set up, I'll be able to produce better quality videos. Thank you so very much for your support, for your like, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and for your donations. They're really assisting me right now. And I'm looking forward to be surprised by some good news that are inevitable, that will be coming, hopefully this week. So I'm going to finish with this song. It talks about a great deal of change. It was a song that was written as a result of the fall of the Berlin Wall. And it's exactly when, the same time when I painted my first painting in November 1989. And it's Spirit kind of made a joke. They told me that it's because of my painting that I made the Berlin Wall fall, because in the original timeline, it fell like 10 years later. And so it accelerated the whole process of evolution. So maybe just a coincidence, but it was. So it's called the Wind of Change. I followed the Moskva and down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. An August summer night, soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change. The world is closing in, and did you ever think that we could be so close, like brothers? The future's in the air, can feel it everywhere, blowing with the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change. Walking down the street, distant memories are buried in the past forever. I followed the Mosva and down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change. The wind of change blows straight into the face of time, like a storm wind that will ring the freedom bell for peace of mind. Let your balalaika sing what my guitar wants to say. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change, in the wind of change. So the change will be sudden, the change will be permanent, the change will be complete. And so be prepared for that. And there's a great deal of change that is coming. It is crystallizing within ourselves right now. I'm finished with some cards. And so the card of the day is traveling. Well, really looking forward to traveling again. I get a passport. I get my best friends inviting me in Miami, but I don't have the means to get there, and I don't have a passport yet. But there is travel, a lot of traveling that's going to be scheduled. What the higher wisdom is trust, to be to trust the process, to have trust, to be confident in ourselves as well, and to trust. Trust is far greater, more potent than doubt. What we need to understand is inner peace. So we're returning to that inner peace. And it is very important to continue to breathe, to take deep breaths that will bring us back to serenity and not act out of confusion and chaos and agitation. What we need to do is simplicity, to keep things simple and not the spirituality is very simple, and to even if you, no matter what the situation is, there is always a simple way of doing it. There is like, so to keep it simple here, it is a little feather. It's the symbol of the goddess Mat, the Time Lord, and so just keep it simple. You make your heart as light as a feather, and keep things simple. Simple is fine. And the outcome is enlightenment. So it is really, we're really going into this great awakening of our physical, mental, emotional, and astral, spiritual, and all our subtle bodies are aligning, and that is going to creating this enlightenment. Well, my friends, I wish you a wonderful day and a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Namaste.